Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and happy Mother's Day weekend. Wanted to share a story with you that I wrote many years ago for Mother's Day. I've shared it on my blog, I've shared it at services and other places, so you might be familiar with it. It goes something like this. At the beginning of time, God created the plants and the trees, the sun and the moon. God created the animals, the seas, the heaven, and the earth, and of course us, human beings. But did you know that when it all began, God created a small but very powerful spark of energy? God loved this spark. It was so bright, so full of love. It emanated compassion. It actually made God, the protector of all, feel safe and not alone. God brought this spark to earth after the work of creation was done. Now, God knew that this spark couldn't stand on its own. It needed to be put inside of something special, something that could protect it and nurture it and enable it to fill the world with its incredible light. And so God tried to put the spark inside of the plants and the trees, but the spark was just too strong. It couldn't be contained within leaves and stalks and bark. So God tried to put the spark in some of the animals, but the spark frightened them. So God tried to put the spark in the sun and the moon, but the spark kept falling down to earth. So God put the spark in man. But inside man, the spark didn't shine brightly. Its light did nothing to make the earth more beautiful. And so God was frustrated. As God thought about where else the spark could be placed, God was startled by the cry of the first baby born on the face of the earth. As God looked down upon this baby, his mother lovingly picked him up, cuddled him, comforted him, and rocked him to sleep. As she did so, God noticed that the mother's eyes were radiating a magnificent light, a light that was very familiar to God. It was the spark. It had found its home on its own, inside the first mother, the first human being who truly and madly and deeply loved another human being. Over time, the spark multiplied and found a home in all of the mothers on the face of the earth. And God saw this and was happy because it was good. Now, some might hear this story and think that it sounds like a wonderful fairy tale. But the fact is, anybody who is lucky enough to have been loved by a mother has looked into her eyes and seen the spark. It's still there, filling the world with incredible energy and love and compassion, and of course beauty that can only come from a mother. Take the time this weekend to look for the spark in the eyes of all those mothers you celebrate this weekend. If you're lucky enough to do so, to look into the eyes of a mom face to face safely, count your blessings. If you need to do it online, count your blessings. Look for the spark. Once you see it, realize how blessed you are. Happy Mother's Day to my mom, to my wife, and to all the moms out there that make the world a magnificent place. And of course, Shabbat Shalom.